This is my favorito. That's right, you know what time it is, easy weeknight dinner time. Today I'm working with some salmon. We're gonna do it with some garlic, cilantro, some lime, a little bit of honey. It's a little sweet, a little tangy, a little spicy, and a whole lot of YumSizzle. Stick around, check it out. I hope you enjoy. Now, I love using salmon for weeknight dinners because of its nutritional value. Not only is it an amazing source of protein, but it's also really rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And omega-3 fatty acids have a whole host of really great benefits for your body, but our bodies can't naturally synthesize fatty acids, so we need to ingest them, we need to supplement them. Luckily, salmon is super delicious and it's really rich in fatty acids, specifically omega-3s, so try to eat it. We try to eat salmon at least once a week. If not salmon, then some other fatty fish. It's really great for your body, good for your skin, good for your digestion, good for your immune system. Eat more salmon. This dish comes together super quickly once we get going, so I'm going to do a little mise en place, a little chopping and slicing and dicing before I get moving. The first step for that is to take my broccolini. I like to chop it up into 2 or 3 inch long pieces. You don't have to do that. You can keep it whole, cut it in half, do whatever. It's dealer's choice for this broccolini. I like it small, little bite-sized nuggets. I'm also going to take 2 large cloves of garlic and set those aside. I'm also going to get my marinade / sauce ready for the salmon. That's going to be my soy sauce, honey, lime juice, sriracha, rice vinegar, and mirin in a small bowl. Get that whisked together, set it to the side, let it sit around until we're ready to use it later. I'm also going to chop up 2 large cloves of garlic for that salmon and a whole bunch of cilantro. I'm going to use this whole bundle. It's probably going to end up being about 1.5 to 2 cups chopped. It's a lot of cilantro. Just use what you have around. If you don't want to use that much, don't use that much. If you want to use a whole bunch, I love cilantro and lime together, so I'm going to use that together. So to kick things off, we're going to get our rice going. I'm using box rice with the spice packet in it. These are super easy. I love them for their weeknightiness. If you want to, you can use whatever grain you want. Just some plain white rice will go great with this, plain brown rice, whatever floats your boat. I'm going to use this box, just follow the instructions on it. Usually for these boxes, it's bring up some water and fat to a boil, dump in the ingredients, pop a lid on it, and let it simmer for 25 or so minutes. All right, our rice is good to go, so now I'm going to get started on that broccolini. I'm going to take a couple tablespoons of olive oil, stick it into a pan, really low heat, and pop in those 2 large cloves of garlic and a pinch of red pepper flakes. And on that super low heat, I'm gonna let that flavor absorb into the oil. I like making my veggies this way because you get an infused oil which nicely coats every single bite instead of just getting little bits and pieces of garlic as you eat your way through the dish. After about 5 to 10 minutes, you'll see that garlic start to sizzle. When that happens, I'm going to add in the broccolini, season it with salt and pepper, put in a couple tablespoons of water, and put the lid on. We're gonna steam that broccolini at a medium-high heat for about 2 minutes or so. Pop that lid off, crank the heat up to high, and just keep an eye on it. Let the broccolinis brown, let that water evaporate out, let all of the salt and pepper and garlic and pepper flakes and olive oil coat every little piece. Mwah! Really great. This is an excellent way to prepare broccolini. While that broccolini is cooking, while the rice is cooking, we're on to the star of the show. It's salmon time. Time out. Time out. Everyone always gets so concerned about cooking fish in a pan. I'm here to tell you there's a couple easy things you can do to make sure your fish doesn't stick. The first and most important is to make sure that your pan is really hot. Make sure your pan is nice and up to temperature and you have an appropriate amount of fat in there. The second tip is to make sure that your fish is at room temperature. The colder the fish, the more likely it is to stick. We want it to brown as quickly as possible. The third trick is to not mess around with it at all once it's in the pan. stick it in the pan and let it sit, let it form that crust. At the end of the day, if you have a nonstick pan, use the nonstick pan. I'm using a nonstick pan. It makes life so much easier. I'm not gonna have to worry about any of this. This is a weeknight meal. I don't wanna spend 20 minutes scrubbing my pan if I mess something up later, so take that worry out. See you later. Bye-bye. Enough of that. Let's cook some salmon. I'm gonna season it, salt and pepper, both sides. Get it into a nonstick pan with some sesame oil that's been nice and heated up so it's hot. I'm gonna cook that salmon 4 minutes one side, 4 minutes the other side. Once that salmon has cooked up 4 minutes each side, I'm gonna take it out, stick it on a plate, and get my sauce going. When that fish is out of the pan, turn it down to a medium-low heat, grab your garlic, stick it in the pan, let it cook for 30 seconds or so, and then grab the wet ingredients for that sauce, slide them in, let that simmer down for a couple minutes, let it thicken up, let it reduce. Oh, this sauce is so good. Once it's reduced a little bit, take your cilantro, dump it in, let it cook for 10 seconds maybe, and then grab the salmon, pop it in, and we're gonna cook that salmon in the sauce, finish it up, 3 or so minutes on a medium heat, let it get coated in that sauce, soak up all that flavor, and you're good to go. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about that rice and the broccolini. Those have just been cooking at the same time as the salmon. The goal for this dish is for everything to be ready at the same time, but you have leeway here because the rice can stay warm in the pot and the broccolini can be reheated in the pan you cooked it in. So it's not a problem at all if those finish up a little bit earlier. If you're moving a little slower with the salmon, no worries. There you got it, guys. Honey, cilantro, lime, garlic, salmon, a nice little side of rice, some garlic broccolini to go with it. Nice and saucy with the salmon, goes great with the rice, goes great with the broccolini. This is a beautiful weeknight meal. Comes together in about half an hour. All the nutritional benefits of the salmon and all the delicious benefits of YumSizzle. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more cooking videos, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.